Hello, beautiful souls. It is your girl, Antrinette Shané, aka the Cosmic Medicine Woman. I'm coming on to bed late, day 48 of 50 for the daily Lionsgate messages. So, as I tune in with today's message, specifically, I was told to record and not do voice that I've been doing. And so, it will be a channeled message that I'm doing. What has come through is the Syrian and Lyran emissaries. And so I have not consciously channeled the Syrian and Lyran connection. I know I have done dream work for sure. With the collective, I've tuned in with these collectives before, but not in a channel. So this will be the first of its kind. What I did here before I tuned in with the communication of who they were was Golden Gate. The Golden Gate awaits. And so there's a call to tune in with a golden, there's a golden frequency to this. And so that must be important for some reason. So I'm mentioning it. But outside of that, who am I? I am a holistic energy healing practitioner, and I specialize in taking my people, my collective, my soul clients on a soul journey. I'm an energy healer. And so a soul journey is clearing stuck, stagnant energy and assisting one in either retrieving a lost soul part or retrieving a piece of their destiny story. And so there's a conjunction of timeline travel, but also energy healing that's intertwined. I'm also a Reiki master, a psychic medium, medical intuitive, so light language activator. There's many different modalities that can come through in a session, but if you would like more, definitely find my information in the description. If you want to book a consultation to have more of a conversation to see if we're aligned, feel free to do so. Book one of those. And outside of that, I think I've covered everything. So I'm going to drop in. I will, if this takes a while, I will delete a part of this. Sometimes it takes me a minute. Sometimes I drop in quicker. So I'll throw that caveat there. So if it's a gap of time, that's why it's there for your attention. And outside of that, thank you for those of you who have joined these 50 daily messages. I will do a message on Lionsgate. So prepare for that. And my specials for my one-on-one sessions last until August 31st. So if you're interested, definitely book before then. After that, my prices will go back to normal. So yeah, with that said, family, let's jump in this message. So I will tune in and begin. We are here as a representative of a collective of many different energies and entities that are assisting the earthly, the human, the cosmic ascension at this time. There are many involved in this process. Specifically to this timeline, into this portal, we are representative of the Syrian and Lyran collective. The golden mention from this channel is important to this message, is important for one to understand, because there is a particular uniqueness to the frequency of gold in and of itself. And gold on the earth plane is most resonance with this particular frequency. For that which is resonating with this frequency, be it you as a person or other living species, or even inanimate objects vibrating at this frequency, are most attuned, are most resonant, are most connected, will be connected to this shift in a more, we'll say, desirable way. This portal, as are others, is about the attunement of each of you, of your energy bodies, of the quote spiritual, end quote, work that you are journeying through. As many of you have already been perceiving the difference in the way that time is being perceived at this time. This is a sort of upgrade, and we use these words like sort of, like, these words that are the best description that we can use to describe concepts, things that don't necessarily have a equivalent word for them. This is important to note, because the perception of this message, depending on where one is at in their journey, will conceptualize this information much differently. For example, for someone who is highly attuned, they will experience the truth, the resonance of the truth of this information in their bodies, not through the English words that are being used to communicate what we are saying, but they may feel it in their body. It is also important to note that as we journey through this time, this portal, the Lion's Gate, right? Time is to be considered. This portal is not a place for one to be. It is a frequency portal within the set of time that is being experienced right now. Although we speak of this time right now, and we know that time is also happening simultaneously, for those of you whom can travel timelines, you understand exactly what I am speaking of. For those of you who can perceive different timelines, you will begin to experience, if you have not already began to do so, experiencing being in two different places or multiple different places at once. Your awareness, your thoughts, your behaviors, what you are experiencing right now will be a blend of multiple timelines. As you master your gift, as you do your work of healing, some of these timelines, for those whom are experiencing an overwhelming, we'll call it, amount of timelines at once, will potentially experience a bit of, we don't want to say chaos energy, but it will seem a bit more chaotic. They will seem a bit more unstable. As they heal, they will collapse these timelines to experience more balance, more cohesion, more mastery over being able to traverse these timelines in a masterful way. For this particular group of individuals, whom we will call timeline travelers, just for one's understanding of this concept, this is tied to, this is not necessarily a gift per se. This is considered a gift because it is not what is perceived to be amongst your kind as normal. But this is very normal. For many other races that are non-human. And this was once normal for the human collective many, 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 many years ago. For the timeline travelers, and there are many other groups with many other gifts that will be coming online, but we speak to the time travelers specifically because of the nature of their purpose, of their mission, which are different amongst the group of them. There is a strong tie with this group to be masterful of their mind and their perception. their connection to their gift, their ability to master their gift has a strong connection to, we'll say, how the perceived reality unfolds amongst the collective group of humans. The power they possess, their perception, and the power in their perception as reality is created by the minds of each individual, but also the minds of the collective, meaning if enough people believe an idea to be true, it is so. For example, racism exists on your planet not because it inherently is a thing. It is only a thing that exists amongst your human race because enough people believe it to be a concept that people behave, act on. If every one of you were to dissolve the idea that racism is a thing, it would vanish in an instant. It would not exist anymore. This is an example of a concept that is not a tangible concept past the behaviors of one individual's idea towards another, but this concept can be applied to tangible things. This is also how our reality, your reality, is created. This concept has been debated by many, but everything exists within the mind first. For the time traveler, they are a group. Think of them as the skeleton, the architects, they hold the fabric of reality in a way that those whom are not connected to this gift do. So I say to you, if you experience this, it is highly likely that you possess this gift. It is important, it is imperative that you come back to center, that you come back to love, that you clear your distortions. The Golden Gate, or the Lion's Gate portal, as you refer to it as, is merely a time marker. It is a time marker of time that shifts to be perceived differently once we have crossed this threshold. There will be more for us to share in the coming days. For now, we will leave this message here. We send our love. We send our support to those whom this message is for. Whatever modality speaks to you in the coming days as it pertains to your healing, to coming back to oneself. I believe you all refer to it as know thyself. This is where you want to position your mind, your heart, your soul, your spirit in the frequency of knowing. Know who you are. It is through this knowing of thyself that one will have the, let's call it bandwidth, to withstand the perception of this seemingly new reality that is upon us all. This transmission is complete. All right, dear ones. Thank you. I release my energy. And I call to you to release yours. All right. So, interesting. An interesting message to time travelers. I will go back and watch this message to get the pieces that I've missed. Yeah, I'm honored as always to give this message, to be a vessel of giving these messages. And yeah, I guess, I'm curious. To those of you, I pray that this message gets to those who need this message, who this message is for. But if you should feel so, I don't know if you need to feel brave or not. Like if you experience this, leave a comment. I'm curious. If you identify with this message, what your experience is like currently, what you are experiencing. I think with my human mind, not that I have another mind, but with my logic, the logical part of my mind, I think about in my nurse background and my medical background, like I want to diagnose this. I'm like, is this what people with schizophrenia or like experience, or bipolar, or like some of the mental health conditions that we, it's been I watched a document called Crazy Wise. And this is what it makes me think of like, I remember the piece of the perceived chaos, to be able to perceive many timelines. I would imagine one would appear to be what we would call schizophrenic. So if you're on that end of this gift, my heart goes to you. And I always like to look at things in balance, and I say the pro in this, for this, and that's not to state that schizophrenia is not real, or that anyone with a mental health issue that presents to be in a very scattered space is not in a chemical imbalance, or that, some of these tangible things, like I not everything is this, right? Like not everything that's in that space is this. But if this makes sense or resonates for someone who may be thinking that they are going crazy, or whatever the case may be, I'm just curious, like how you experience. And for those who have mastered it, I'm curious how you navigate, how you are navigating, if this is already online, or as you see this, right? Because these messages are intended to reach you when it's time. It applies. And so, yeah. I feel like I'm rambling a little bit, but I do mean what I'm saying. So leave your comments. Again, hello, Miss Princess. My cat is wanting attention right now. Thank you for following along. And again, if you are interested in a one-on-one session, if you're interested in taking a total journey, if you're interested in a consultation, whatever you're interested, all things me in the description. Find my link tree there. And until tonight, which will be message 49. Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna leave it there. So peace.